Okay, I noticed varicose veins a little bit diminishing in the back of my leg. Sleeping much better. I mean, I went through some operations and things like that. Just a feeling of peace.
Hey, Greg, thanks for coming to spend some time with me today.
Yep, glad to be here.
So can you start off by telling the listeners a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS and what brought you here?
Wow, it's almost like a stepping stone, I have to say. Going back a little bit from the projects I was doing, I was getting frustrated. I have different illnesses that I'm dealing with, physical illnesses. Today is the 20th, so next month, the 20th, I turn 70.
Wow.
And I said to myself, I'm used to being on the go. I'm a multitask person. In fact, they call me a taskmaster, some of my titles. And I was getting frustrated, especially what we've been going through the last 3 or 4 years, and the people that I'm around, getting some information here and there, putting dots together. I'm a why person and if person. And sometimes I get people aggravated because I'll go if so much. And I had people tell me, if you if me one more time, I'm leaving. Right. Well, it's just me. I want to know. I want to go down that dirt road. Like when I would have friends and we go down a dirt road, we didn't know where it went. Let's turn around. I think we should turn around. No, we got to go. We got to keep on going forward. We got to keep on going forward. That's me. And so when this came about, and now that I'm admin, okay, it gave me a new purpose in life. And I have to thank Cynthia and Dr. A, yourself, and all the whole group, because I'm a how can I say it? I'm a quiet aggressor. Okay, so in the first couple of times I was listening, trying to figure out all of this technology and trying to figure out who's who, what's what, where we're going. That's why I wanted to wait, because I know you were saying, when are you going to get on a podcast? When are you going to get this done? I want to wait 90 days. And Cynthia said, well, who said to wait 90 days? I just want to know, because I do have to go for blood work every 90 days. Okay, to see where one of my problems is at. And thank God it's holding so far after a little over 2 years. And so this gave me a new beginning, going back to the Genesis logo, Genesis, a new beginning. So it's like a new beginning. So I said, I'm bringing everything from here, the Genesis project, and I'm flipping it and I'm coming over here to the QHS. And then when I got the Twine unit, immediately, the second day, I'm going to be quite honest, because I'm not going to lie. I felt an easement. I felt a contentment. And I was learning this, I appreciate the trees and the sun and the sky. I come from a very loving family, but we didn't preach and say the word love. See, I see you have love there by your, and if you look behind my wall there, that says love, you can't see back that far. Okay, see that sign hanging there? Right over there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there.
Oh, okay. That picture says love.
That says love. And then has things. So I have that, and I have a fireplace, and I have some of my family pictures there and all over the place. I'm a picture guy.
Oh, I can see it now.
So anyhow, so I'm not doing any backdrops. This is it. This is what you had. This is what you get. And I'm just me. So
when did you get so tell me how you were feeling physically? Like what was bugging you before coming here?
Physically, I was getting depressed. I was getting down. We're going through the winters. I mean, how many years are we going through this war, the spiritual war, knowing the things that I know and the people that I know, and getting information from this one and this one and this one and this one and this one, trying to put the dots together. I'm an if and a why person. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is not making sense. But I knew deep in my heart and deep in my spirit, I said, there's something's going on here. And I knew that way back because I bumped into this years ago. So 22 years ago, what we're learning now about our certificates, our birth certificates, and all the things that we know, I knew back then.
Really?
Oh, yeah. But I couldn't say anything because you throw the key away and I'd be bye-bye. All right.
Ah.
So I'm lucky to be here. Let's put it that way, because I was dealing with who's our honorary member. One of the generals came on board as an honorary member. I think you know that. I'm not quite sure if
Yeah.
you were in on that.
I know about that.
Yeah, and we we went through, and he's something else. He's 88 years old, and in the same month as me. And just something about him that I always clung to, even though everybody said, get away, even though it looked negative sometimes, even though it looked terrible sometimes, and it was terrible sometimes. Something told me to keep going, that there's some more to this person. I mean, he is a great grandmaster in karate. He is how could I say it? He is the brother of Professor Tanaka. You ever heard 007 Goldfinger? The
Oh,
guy, the hats and knock the cement heads off. That's his brother, but he's big.
Wow.
He's bigger. And I just knew when I was contacted by people for my integrity to help him facilitate something. I said, who is he? And so forth and so on. So finally, after 3 or 4 people got on the phone, they got him on the phone, and just something over the phone that just took. And right or wrong, we did what we did, and we're moving forward. So I want to help him. He's 88 in July, and he's ailing, and he's in the different stages. But at 10 years old, he was a black belt, and he's Hawaiian, he's Asian, obviously, and he was beating 21-year-old black belts at 10 years old.
Wow.
That gives you any idea. He's a healer as well, so he's quite an exceptional guy, and he's been around since Roosevelt and Truman, so he knows a lot. And that's where some of the bad things go. When you know too much, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's coming out now, and I don't care. We're here, and we're going to do a job, and I'm going to forge forward like a warrior, as I always was, and I'm going to do it and get it done.
And we're on the right side of this.
We're on the right side of this now. Yeah, we're really, really close, really close. So
Yeah.
not being, again, arrogant, I'm just telling you the truth. That's where we are. So getting back to the Twine unit, and then we talked about the home healing unit.
Well, when did you get your Twine unit, your
3.5
device?
months ago. February, the end of February, I joined, and then whatever weeks it took to get it. So
Okay.
sometime in March. It's about 3.5 months.
And so the first thing you said you noticed was a general peace about you. What else did you notice physically?
Well, that was right off the bat. Okay, I noticed varicose veins a little bit diminishing in the back of my leg. Sleeping much better. I mean, I went through some operations and things like that. And, just a feeling of peace. Because I'm a very anxious person. So from AAA, this helped me go to maybe AA, maybe A plus. All right, because once I get going, like I said, I'm a multitask person. I can't function with one thing. I get bored very quickly. So at least I used to do that. Okay, now it's a different story, being the age I'm at now. But if we get to 30, 35, we get on that bed, I'll be something to reckon with. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah. Look out.
Look out. So that's what I see. So we started with a stepping stone. So I looked at this as a stepping stone, and that hope and that faith to be able to say, wow, we are really moving here. Meeting Dr. A, and as I told Cynthia, it needs to be protected. Everybody, her included, at all costs, because I was around people like that needed protection, especially all the things that we all have gone through. So it's important that we get this job done, and we have the man upstairs and in here to make sure that we facilitate this. So I look at the stepping stone in that, knowing that the home unit and the Q arc is coming, that wow, I have a chance to, to be around for my grandchildren, hopefully. I do have a grandson now, and he's 4.5 months, 5 months.
Aw,
And I just love the heck out of him. And my older son is getting married August 4th. Don't
oh,
know what's gonna happen
congrats.
here any day. So he's 33. He's a July 4th baby and firecracker baby. And he is, and both my sons are very big. I'm 5'11", I'm shrinking to 5'11 and a half. And they're like 6'3", 6'4", 280. So
Wow.
I look really, let's see, I look small. And my daughter-in-law's my future daughter-in-law. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the middle, by
Those-
the way. The short
They
guy
are tall. Yeah.
and wide. So my younger was a football player, and he
Are they?
they won the championship, the for this high school, and he had a
Oh,
football scholarship. But then he hurt his shoulders, and his first string for Moravian. They both went to Moravian College. I think it's the 5th or 4th oldest college in the nation. Have you
oh,
ever heard of
wow.
Moravian in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So anyhow,
So we're 3 weeks away or 2 weeks away. We're a very, very short time away from the Q arc. And we get that 30-year-old body. What are you excited about for that? What are you going to do with your do-over?
help people. I want to do what Dr. Ace wants to do.
How does that look like exactly?
I want to help my family and get better and move forward. I get a little melancholy now sometimes, so just bear with that. That
Well,
comes
what
with
excites
the
you?
humble part. That comes with the humble part, because I was raised, we loved each other, but we didn't say the word love. Okay, but when my children, I said, because I was on both sides of the fence, so to speak. I was trained by the best of them on both sides of the fence, and I'll leave that where it's at. And I stay in the middle right now. Okay. So that's one thing I'm very easy to tell my children and bless them every
Yeah,
time I see them, that I love them.
nice.
And that's important. I think
Me
it's
too.
all about love. This whole thing is about love.
Yeah, it
The whole-
is.
the whole
It
thing.
is. I'm reading the best book. I can't remember, but it's something about love, but it's this woman who is an artist and she had famous works in the Smithsonian, and Jesus came to visit her. It's a long story, but she painted a picture of him, and he came to visit her to sit for the portrait. And it's just the most amazing story, but it's just like the whole message is we are love. That is it.
The whole thing. The whole thing.
So everything is done with love.
Forgiveness, compassion. I have my Star of David right here. See, this is the Star of David right here. So anyhow,
Nice.
yeah, it is, yeah, I want to write a book. The general wants me to write his book, and somehow I'm gonna put that together, but I have no room here. And I do have all the documents and things that I need in different places, but I can't move here. It's like I'm on top of myself over here. So one of that's your question was, what am I gonna do after the Q arc?
Yeah.
Is help my family, write a book. I want to do things that I always wanted to do. I love painting. I love architecture. I want to do things like I don't have to think about. I just want to do it because I love to do it. Okay, I love being around people. I love seeing people like yourself and the whole team say, wow, this is pretty cool. This is really cool, because of all these years and all the different businesses I've been in, it could never find the right team players. Bankers used to tell me, they go, you do better by yourself, but as soon as you get involved with people, they pull you down. I said, yeah, you're right, but I keep on going. I keep on trying to find that team, and I think we have it here. I know we have it here. I have it in here. I know we have it.
Well, the videos that we've made, Cynthia wanted the reference to be of Field of Dreams. And so our whole documentary series that we've started all has that baseball theme. And, if you build it, they will come, the dream team. It's pretty fun.
I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great. especially in times that we live, you have to go forward. Like when she said the doctor, and I think it was your number 3 or the second one that you did with Cynthia, and she discussed Dr. A
Oh, number 2.
and the field number 2, right? I sent those, by the way, to the people that I'm involved in getting in, the people that we just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they have that, and they could look at those. You know, like I picked different ones out, 1, 2, 10, you know, different ones that I listen to. So I might be quiet, but I'm working in the background somehow, some way. So
Well, we've done, I think on YouTube so far, I have uploaded over 120 videos.
wow.
We're cruising.
Yeah, you're cruising, but you're in the right spot. You're doing what you love. You just love doing this, I could tell. So, and that's a great thing. And just do what you love. And that's why when I was successful, because like Cynthia, we have a roller coaster ride. We have our ups, we're on top, we're on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I've been there all
You
my
know,
life.
You've been there, so I've been there, and it's like, wow, you know, this is like, I'm getting tired of this now. Let me just help people and be me, and you know, and love the trees and the sky and the sun and the moon, and who cares if it's flat, if it's round? I don't really care. God created, that's all. Who cares? You know, the thing of it is that we move forward together. And talking about the Lord, when I was at my lowest time of my life and I just wanted out of here, he came to me. And when he came to me, he told me 3 times, keep going forward for me. 3 times, carrying the cross with the thorns, bent over, and on the streets of New York. And you know the streets of New York, how crowded they are, right? And I'm thinking like, what the heck is going on here, right? And the people are going through them, and I'm saying, wow, they don't see him, you know? And he
Wow.
cranked his head to the left, and I cranked my head to the right. And that's what he told me in here, not verbally, but in here. And here I am. And then he left. Okay, and then he left.
Wow.
And I went and I joined a church. And the church I joined, the first church I joined was Our Father's House. And when I walked in that church, they had a tapestry hanging on the wall. And I said, oh my God, that's him. He's right there. That's who I saw. Because you see a lot of different pictures, you know, and he
Yeah.
can turn into anything. He could be a boy, a beggar, he could be whatever he wants, black, white,
Right.
whatever. And I said, wow, that's amazing. I don't know where that tapestry, where they got it, but I would love to have that. So it sounds corny or crazy, but it's not, because I'm not going to lie about it. It is what it is. It's who I saw. It's what I saw. And I kept on going forward. And like I said in the beginning, I often wonder, well, what am I doing here? Why you have me in these places? Why do you have me around at Westfield Capitol in New York on the 40th floor, and they're discussing around a big board table and meeting the people I met? I said to myself, I'm from the country. This is like what? And they're talking about AU. You know what AU is, right?
I mean, no, is it a
AU.
university?
No, AU is gold. So they're talking,
Oh.
and I'm like, what are they talking about, right? And I'm thinking about, you know, people from Argentina, people from here and there. And I left and I started digging. I go, oh, okay, now, because I don't want to look like out of place. I'm in my suit, I briefcase, you know. I got invited here. I became friends with one of the main people, and he had a place on Park Avenue. And one thing led to another. He's deceased now. And his father was the longest standing federal judge in New York history.
Wow.
And I met family and stuff like that. And so I was meeting these incredible people like Pianconi. You ever hear Pianconi olive oil? Luigi Pianconi from Romo Foods. You heard of Romo Foods?
No.
Yeah, well, he was the CEO, and comes in with his big cigar. And then another one, I was like, wow, this is amazing, right? And so I had those privileges, and I thank God for that every day. But you
And
know,
it
I like
formed you.
Pardon?
All of these good and bad things form us for what we're here to do. really. And that's
yeah.
what this is.
Yes, yes. And now at the 77's a big number. My son, when he started football, they gave him a number of 69. I said, no, Trevor. His name is Trevor. Trevor Sam Anthony, after his grandfather's. I said, no, Trev, man. You cannot have that money. Dad, don't start. I said, you cannot have that number. You will never succeed with that number. Okay. He got 75. And what did I tell you earlier? They went to the state championships.
Oh, how funny.
Seven, God's number. 7 is God's number.
Right.
Okay, right. If you look at my email, one of my emails or my other emails, if you have them, I don't know if you have them. It ends in 71. 71 is the year I graduated. Okay, high school. Okay, so it's a long time ago. And why did I pick that? Why did I pick that? Like really, that movie, which was a fantastic movie, Braveheart.
Oh yeah, that was good. I love Mel Gibson. Passion of the Christ. I was thinking of that when you were talking about your picture.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ. Nobody would go with me. I went myself, and I cried for 1 hour. 1 hour. I had an excursion, and I sat there in the theater parking lot, and I said, "Wow!" I said, "What the heck is wrong with me?" I couldn't get my composure. It was horrible. And every time I see that, I break into tears. I would never. Are you kidding? If the people on the one side of the fence that I was around, you couldn't do any of that. I was like, are you kidding me? So it was like, wow, man, I really am bad news, or I'm really changing here for the better.
Well,
and again, I don't say anything in arrogance. It is the truth. It is the truth.
Well, it's all I mean, Cynthia and I talk regularly, and today I said to her, she said, I can't remember the exact conversation, but I'm like, oh, we're gonna get where you're saying. I know it, because that's why we're here. Like, we were created for this. Anybody on this team is here for the long, the end game, the long reason. So
this time we're here because we chose to be here. He, the Almighty Creator, chose us to be here for these times. And everybody that's in our circles, whether we have them on the outside of the circle or inside of the circle, are supposed to be here.
Yeah. There's a Dr. Christian Northrup said that a Tibetan monk told her that if you are here right now, it is as rare as a hair on an ox. Like there's a gazillion hairs on an ox and one hair gets to be here. So I was like, how fun is that?
And our children, and even though they think, what I'm doing, and I met a lot of different people, and they know, and like I said, I've been on top, in the bottom, in between, going back on top, so they don't like me saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. They were born and raised with a silver spoon, so to speak. They went to private schools, they had different things, and then when everything started going in reverse, is when, wow, it's like, what's going on here? See, he wanted to grab me, the Lord wanted to grab me by the collar and say, that's enough. I need you here, not here. Okay. In other words, not worshiping money, gold, as we started earlier, AU and all this other stuff. And I need you here. And but it's a hard lesson. The Lord doesn't go easy. He doesn't go easy on you. When he wants your attention, he gets it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He surely does. So
it's always better to give it before he has to grab it. You know what I mean? Like, if you acknowledge.
It's better that way, but I wasn't ready for that. And he said, no, you keep going forward for me. Keep going forward for me. Well, now I know I didn't know what he meant. I didn't know what that meant. Until of late. And then about 4 or 5 months ago, I go into it's like a indoor farmer's market. And many things happen. This is just one thing. I'm going to just tell you another thing. And then when I reflect back and I say to myself, wow. So I walk in, what they have the wipes, like you wipe your hands and on the cart. And it's like, it's an old building, but it's all, they sell the store to restaurants and things like that. And I put my hand on the hand and I walked in, and there was nothing to wipe my hands with. So I thought he was a worker. I thought he was the manager of the place, because he was over. He was dressed in black, and he had the dark beard, the real thin thing. Like, you can't see mine because it's gray now, but real thin, real close, dark hair and black. And then I said, "Excuse me," 3 times. Twice he didn't answer me. The third time he looked at me. He turned his head and he looked at me like, oh my gosh. And I realized that he was not, because he picked up a box, and he was not the manager. He was actually a customer. And he walked right up to me, and we shook hands and we locked eyes. Okay, locked eyes. And I noticed a crucifix hanging over here out of his shirt, but it was hanging on the side here. And he looked at me, he said, "I know you." Just like that. He said, "I know you." Yeah, he said, "You look familiar to me too. Are you a pastor? Are you clergy? Were you in Bible study? Where do I know you from?" And we kept our hands together. And he looked at me and he kept on saying, he said to me, he said, "Wisdom does not come without sorrow." The first time. Wisdom does not come without, and we're still shaking hands, looking at each other, and I'm trying to figure out, who do I know? I know you from someplace, right? And the third time he asked it like he wanted an answer. I didn't have an answer, and I got nervous. Okay, and he said, "Wisdom does not come without sorrow." He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "When you get the answer, you get a hold of me, and you tell me what the answer was."
Wow.
And then I proceeded, and he left, and I don't know where he went. He just left, and I took 3 steps. And wait a minute, I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know how to get in contact with him. Then it hit me. I said, "Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. He did it to me again. He did it to me again, right?" Don't you think? I looked in the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 2. I didn't have that answer until 3 or 4 months ago. And I'm going back a year and a half when this happened, right? And I said, "Oh my God, it's right there. It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 2. Wisdom
Wow.
does not come without sorrow, because there's 2 types of wisdom. If you pray for spiritual wisdom, yes, but the fleshly wisdom, So there's 2 types of wisdoms." And I said, "Wow, there's the answer. I couldn't believe it." I said, "I don't believe it," So things like that in my life. So
That's cool.
I'm not bragging. I'm not saying in arrogance. It's the truth. Who would make that up? How could somebody make that up? I mean, really? And I can go on and on with that. Different rainbow colors and different things that I know. So as you get wiser and older, you get wiser, hopefully in the right way. Not that I'm perfect by any means. I fight every day. I fight the devil and Satan. It's every day. And I learned different things. My sons will tell me, like, I don't like to tell them too much about anything personal, but like, not now, but years ago when I was younger, I want a dating site. And I said, okay, well, see, different words mean different things now than when I was growing up. So if I would say, yeah, tell me about it. So when I would say, if I met someone, would you like to hook up? Right. When I was growing up, it meant, would you like to get together?
Right,
And
right.
then,
Me too.
no, you do not say that.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, I wonder why she hung up." So I'm off all that stuff. Forget it.
Yeah, that's funny.
So,
That's
and
funny.
I love to laugh. See, 2 ways: we could cry, okay, or we could laugh. I'd rather laugh.
Hmm.
So I'm a joker a little bit like that. I like doing things like that, whether people like it or not. I'd rather have that than cry and the pain and depression and things like that we're going through.
Hmm.
That's your answer right
Yeah,
there that you started to ask me.
me
Okay, what
too.
am I going to do after I get on the Q arc? I'm going to make people happy. That's what we all need to do. And how are we
So,
going to do
but that you don't need to wait for the Q arc.
No. I started that a long time ago.
Yeah,
And
good notice.
it's just the way it is. So what other questions you have for me?
That's it. We're
That's it?
good.
No, this
Yeah,
is
but
good.
you're
I mean, I
gonna
could
come
go on and
back.
on. I could tell you stories till the cows come home.
I'm excited to meet you because you're the new guy on the block, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of work to do together.
We do.
So it's
We do.
awesome. Thank you for spending time with me, Greg.
Anytime, anytime. If you need anything, you could always call anyone. You know, if I could help you, I'll help you. If I can't, I'll find somebody that can. So.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.